Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers and my peeps and you pieces of shit and scumbags and douchebags. Peter Joseph here for video number 3 on your Triple Threat Wednesday, April the 26th, 2023, or if you're watching on the replay, April the 27th, 2023. Thank you all for watching once again for the third time tonight on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button in my pants down in the description box below on this channel, my other 4 main channels, which are down there. Just go search them and you'll find them. And that's pretty much it. So subscribe today, and getting very close to 450 subscribers on this channel. Got a few subs here and there over the last couple of days. Thank you all for watching, even if you're fake, but it is what it is. Thank you for the free view. And hopefully, by the end of the summer, we'll get to 450 subscribers. But we'll see what happens with that. We're just about 13 away on this channel, and I'm about 6 away on the Rant channel. So hopefully we'll get to 450 subscribers on those channels and my other channels as well. Show me love and support. Subscribe to them. Tell your friends and have them sub. And that's pretty much it. But subscribe to the channels and follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're real, if you're not, go fuck yourself and go do something else. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that bell. Basically treat it like it's your motherfucking bitch. Or in this case, the Mets once again getting their faces destroyed tonight. Crappy team they are. But hit the bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss another video. And if you do, then you're going to have to unsubscribe, resubscribe again, hit the bell again. Hopefully you'll get notified again. And if not, just search my name. And hopefully you'll find one of my channels and the channel that you want. And when you do, you go to my live section or my short section or even my video section. And the latest video will be right there for you so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And if you do, well, fuck you, man. Simple as that. If you don't like it, fuck you. And that's pretty much it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your late night AEW Dynamite! Yes! Review! For April the 26th, 2023, from the FLA Live Arena in Sunrise, Florida, right outside of Fort Lauderdale. All right. So another week of AEW action. We're about a month away from Double or Nothing 5. So we had a lot of action tonight. We had Kensuke Takeshita and Kenny Omega teaming up for the very first time. Against the Butcher and the Blade. We had Taya Valkyrie hoping to end the streak of Jade Cargill and win the TBS Championship, but she can't use Road to Valhalla. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, we had Tony Khan, man, with a huge announcement that we all thought was going to be AEW Collision. No! Completely out of left field. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And all the other stuff that happened tonight on Dynamite, with also your Rampage, what's going to happen on Rampage. And we got all that coming your way on this live edition of your AEW review. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph, your tribal god of extreme. And you will acknowledge us. And that's pretty much it for that. And we will move on with that. But before we get to the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything, like I said. And also check out my first 2 videos of the day where I talk about some news about WWE and Vince McMahon getting sued because they're being racist to a former writer, former black writer, who was African American, I should say, but So we got that and gave me my thoughts and opinions about that. Also, there's another lawsuit going on with WWE and the UFC and their merger with Endeavor possibly not happening. We got all that. And I talked about CM Punk once more. Finally meeting up with Jericho and FTR this past Friday. And it seemed like it was a cordial visit, cordial meeting. Everything seemed like everything's on the up and up. And then Punk went to WWE to talk to The Miz and Baron Corbin and Tamina and Triple H. And then got kicked out. So we're gonna have to see what happens with all that. So check out that video down below in the description box. Also, my reaction to a certain somebody, the Messiah of the Backbreaker, maybe. I gave you my thoughts and reaction to Roderick fucking Strong debuting in AEW to save his former teammate in the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, baby, from basically a 4-on-3 beatdown by the Jericho Appreciation Society. So we got all that. So got a lot to talk about. So check out those two videos in the description box and give them a like, give them a thumbs up, even leave a comment, and whatever you want. That's all I gotta say about that. And we will move on with that. Hope you had a great Wednesday, everybody. And if not, well, hopefully, maybe it'll get better tomorrow. I don't know. But weekend's fast approaching, the final weekend of April. Looked like it was going to rain here. It maybe rained a little bit today. But tomorrow's going to be a little bit better than kind of like the weekend is going to be a washout for a lot of people. It might be on and off rain. Saturday's going to be the worst day. So if you're going out for the weekend, you better stay home. But we'll see what happens with that. I got some things going on this weekend, so hopefully I don't have to change plans, but we'll see what happens with that. And, we got a few more videos to go before I take my break for about a month. Like I said, for all you new people who are joining in, I will be taking a mental health break / vacation sometime around next weekend. Like around May 7th was my tentative target date, which may change here and there. I don't know because, my plans can get changed. My scheduling, my itinerary can change. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'll keep you guys on the up and up. But once I go, I will be out a month and I will not be coming back till early June. So you missed out on your Backlash review, Raw, SmackDown, and all those great shows, all the shows, Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage, SmackDown, Ring of Honor, all those will be put on the side until I come back, which will probably be I'm targeting June the 4th for my Raw review. But we'll see what happens with that. Might be June 5th I come back, but we'll see what happens with that. But the first week of June, I will hopefully be back up and operational, and everything else will be fine and dandy. And that's it. So, but I will miss you guys a lot. I know some of you trolls out there will miss me because that's all you do is just think about me 24/7, 365 because you have no lives and you have no job and girlfriend because you can't get any pussy anyway because of the way you look. And that's all I gotta say about that. But I need this break for myself, and I really need a vacation as well. So I'm gonna be doing that, and I will be back, like I said, in about a month from now. Not a month from now, a month from when I do leave. But we'll see what happens with that. So I will be doing a predictions video for Backlash. I will not be doing a predictions video for Night of Champions. Well, I may do it. I gotta see how my itinerary and my schedule is, where I'm gonna be at the end of the month. Because I gotta do not one, not two, but 3 separate videos for Double or Nothing. I gotta do predictions for that. I gotta do Night of Champions with the crowning of the new World Heavyweight Champion, and whoever that may be. most likely Cody or Seth Rollins, and I gotta do NXT Battleground, and then after that, after if I do those videos, it'll be really short videos. I just run down the card, and then I'll just give my predictions. But I will be watching the highlights on the WWE channel, so I will stay in the loop, and AEW as well, and Ring of Honor. I do have TV down there, so, but where I'm going, so I won't be completely out of the loop with wrestling and everything, but it is what it is. But all those predictions videos at the end of the month may or may not happen. I have to see what's going on and if I have any free time, because I will not have much free time while I am doing other things where I am. So that's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Let's get into your AEW review for tonight, April the 26th, 2023. And like I said before, we are emanating from the FLA Live Arena in Sunrise, Florida, where our commentary team of the man behind the mask, Excalibur, Taz, Mets suck, brother, Red Hook, brother, Taz, big time Met fan, by the way. The Mets fucking sucked again tonight, losing 5-1 to the Nationals at home. So they've lost 4 in a row. Oh, lost another goddamn series, in a series they should have swept. It was bad. Pitching wasn't that bad, but the hitting and the offense stunk. The defense is getting really bad. Just not a good last couple games for the Mets, and now they gotta try to salvage the series tomorrow afternoon. Okay, Joey Fuego on the mound tomorrow, and we'll see what happens with that. Yankees won today. They salvaged that series against the Twinkies, and now they're going to Texas tomorrow to face the Grom and company. We'll see what happens with that. Hey, the Knicks actually won a playoff series. Yay! So the Knicks beat the Cavs in 5 games. Won by like 15, 20 points. Big deal. Now they go to the second round, the semifinals of the Eastern Conference semifinals. We'll see who they play. It could be Milwaukee. It could be Philadelphia. I mean, we'll see. I think the Knicks will have a challenge in the second round, but we shall see what happens whenever game 1 of the Eastern Conference semis is going to be. Rangers are off tonight. They play tomorrow night. Big game 5 in Newark. Oh, they better fucking win tomorrow, because I'm going to be pissed. For game 6 on Saturday night, I am not going to that game. I'm not going in a humongous freaking monsoon, because that's going to be on Saturday. But I will be watching somewhere. Probably in my house. But it is what it is. And then, and as far as tonight, for all you Bruins fans, lost to the Panthers in Florida 4-3. That series now at 3-2. The Bruins are still leading. They get to try to close it out, I believe, on Friday. Yeah, I think it's Friday night in Boston for Game 6. And if necessary, Game 7 will be, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday back in... Actually, not. Yeah, it's Game 6, right? Yeah, Game 6. Game 6 is in Boston. Game 7 will be in... No, Game 5 was in... I forget what it was. But anyway, I think Game 7 is in Boston. I'm not sure. But it might be... I don't even know where it is. I don't care. I don't care! As long as the Panthers come back and win in Game 7. But it is what it is. But you got to get through Game 6 first. So, we have all that. So, playoffs are getting busy. Getting near the first... going into the second rounds for some of the teams. And basketball and baseball... basketball and hockey. So... And we got that. Don't forget Rampage this Friday night at 5:30 Eastern Time. So for all you people that are in the West Coast, and you ain't probably going to watch it because you'll be at work. And on the East Coast, I don't think a lot of people are going to watch it because people are going to be coming out of work on Friday at like 5 o'clock. By the time I get home, it's like 6 o'clock, so I'll miss half of it. But it is what it is, and we'll get to that later. Alright, but let's get into Dynamite, and we start off Dynamite. I don't know why we started with this guy, but we started with match number 1 for the AEW International Championship, or as I call it, the Intercontinental title. We had the champ, my good friend, Orange Cassidy. He's taking on former Ring of Honor heavyweight champion himself, former PWG heavyweight champion. So it's like almost a PWG dream match almost. He takes on the Bandit himself, the man who looks like Zorro, Bandito. Alright, so it started off really slow and then near the end really picked up. So, let's get into it. Alright, so both men trade double leg takedowns. At the start, Cassidy hits the slowest cartwheel of all time. And then we get some arm drags by both men. Bandito flips to his feet. Cassidy puts the finger guns of Bandito into his own pocket. And Cassidy responds with a tiaras to the outside. I don't even know what a tiaras is, like a flippy-dippity-doo. Anyway, Cassidy then mocks Bandito, then doing the fake dive. And then we got a Hurricanrana by Orange Cassidy with his hands down his pants. And then new fit make you feel nuts. Yes, I'm Cisco, yes, I'm Ebert, and I'm giving you 2 thumbs up. Anyway, and a dropkick sends Bandito outside again. Then Cassidy hits a suicide dive, but Bandito caught him on his shoulders, drops him throat first on the barricade. Ow! And then Bandito is in control as we go to picture-in-picture. We come back, Cassidy pounds out of a surfboard, watermelon, surfboard. But Bandito locks on a camel clutch. Put in the camel clutch, fucked him in the ass and made him humble, baba. By the way, that documentary for the Iron Sheik about a week or 2 ago, fabulous, epic. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, Bandito holds Cassidy up for like what feels like forever in a vertical suplex. I didn't count how long he held him up, but it had to be around 25 seconds maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Cassidy eventually counters to the Stone Dog Millionaire. Then a satellite DDT attempt by Cassidy. But Bandito gets the suplex this time. Then they go chop for chop in the middle of the ring. Cassidy is not really giving any effort at this point. Then Bandito with a super kick and a pump kick. Then a running European uppercut in the corner. Cassidy now delivers Bandito's head into the top turnbuckle not once, but 10 times. And he goes up top with the diving crossbody and then a Michinuki driver for a near fall. Goes up top again, Bandito catches him, sends him to the apron, where he pulls Cassidy up to the top, delivers a single-arm deadlift superplex. Wow. Then a pop-up Gilmore Kata! Bang! Well, not as great as mine, but still. Gets a near fall by Bandito. Bandito has Cassidy on the top again for the 3rd time. Cassidy fights him off for the moment. But Bandito waits for Cassidy, catches him coming off the top rope with a one-arm military press slam by Bandito, followed by a fork splash. Almost like Eddie Guerrero ese Latino heat. Pero. Yeah, I know. Anyway, that gets a near fall. Cassidy grabs a mousetrap and Bandito counted into a roll-up, a simple roll-up for a near fall. And then he gets back up with a pop-up, but Cassidy does the orange punch in midair. And that was all she wrote for Bandito as Cassidy picked him up again, hit the beach break, 1, 2, 3. Once again, still your all-international champion is the man who puts his hands down his pants, and that's Orange Cassidy. Match was alright. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Orange Cassidy grabs his pair of sunglasses, he puts his on, and he puts it on Bandito, so some mutual respect there, and that's pretty much it. So pretty decent match, not the way I would have started it, but it is what it is, and that's that. Alright, after that, we go to the back, where we have Renee Paquette with her guest, Adam Cole, baby. He's there, and he's going to call out Chris Jericho in a little bit. And if he doesn't come to the ring, he's going to go find him and get his revenge on what happened last week, where Jericho handcuffed him to the bottom rope so he can see his poor fiancée get the crap beat out of her and a black eye on top of that by Paige, Toni Storm, and Ruby Soho, the Outcasts. And he's going to do a goddamn thing. Now he's really, really, really pissed. And that's that. So he leaves to go to the ring, and then Orange Cassidy and Bandito get there. I'm like, that was fast. And then Cassidy asks if Renee is there to interview them, and Renee says, no, not really. Then we hear, then Orange Cassidy goes, oh. Then he leaves, and then Bandito's like, oh. Okay. I was like, okay, what is this? What's the point of that? But in any case, it was fun. And, we'll see what happens to Adam Cole, baby, trying to get his revenge on Chris Jericho in a little bit. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, once again, we're with Renee. This time she has the two of the 4 pillars. And that's Darby Allin. I am a pillar, and I wear this crappy face paint. And I weigh 110 pounds soaking wet. And I live in Seattle, a piece of shit hellhole with my girlfriend Gigi Dolan, who hates her parents. And I hate mine too. And also Jungle Man Jack Perry. So they're there. They both said some things last week that went a little bit too far. Darby, but Jungle Boy says, Darby, you should have been at ringside just in case, but you weren't, and that's why Sammy cheated to win. Thanks to MJF, blah, blah, blah. Joe Boy kind of agrees with that. And Darby said, if you would have won, I would have beat you again anyway. And then there was a little bit of tension. And then Darby's like, I need you at ringside for my match. Coming up against Sammy Guevara, Spanish God. So we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on from there. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars as well. And let's move on. All right, match number 2, we have Dax Harwood, one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions, FTR, fuck the Revival, as he takes on, one half of Planet Jarrett, and that is JEFJARRETT, that's Jeff Jarrett, who originally came out with Black Machismo, yeah, kick it! Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and the original player from the Himalaya, Sanjay Dutt, but referees came out and said, you are out of here. Kicked him out right before the bell rang. Jarrett's like, I don't care. He was kind of pissed, but then he didn't care after that. And then Cash Wheeler came out, but then he left because, Dax got this and everything. So it was a pretty okay match. Nothing great. Kind of boring finish. So anyway. So Jarrett, so we got an arm drag by Jarrett to start. Then a series of offensive moves. Kind of out-wrestling Dax because he's older than Dax. Finishes it off with a basic body slam. Then he does the woo! Nature Boy! Ric Flair strut. Dax responds with some heavy chops to the chest. Then a snap suplex. Jarrett regains the upper hand after that. He elbows the Dax on the apron before Jarrett throws Dax into the guardrail a couple of times. Ow. And then both men get in the ring. Dax takes the turnbuckle sternum first. Ow. Jarrett comes back with a 1905 sleeper. And then both men start exchanging right hands in the center of the ring. Jarrett grabs a shin breaker, but he misses a charge in the corner. Dax comes off the top with a diving headbutt for a very long 2 count. And then Dax picks up Jarrett and hits a power driver. Gets another near fall out of that. Jarrett looks to leave the ringside area, go to the back. Dax follows him and then lights him up with some more chops at ringside. He rolls Jarrett back in the ring, tries to come off the top with a drop kick, which missed. And then Jarrett attempts a pair of figure 4 leg locks, but can't lock the legs in. But he sells for a catapult into the top turnbuckle, and he gets a near fall out of that. He looks for another figure 4, the third figure 4, but Dax rolls him up for 2. Then he responds with a short arm clothesline, forces Jarrett to the apron. Then we get a suplex from the outside in by Dax, but then we see Sanjay Dutt come out. I thought he was banned from the ring. Sure. Sanjay Dutt comes out, grabs the leg of Dax. Jarrett falls on Dax for a near fall. But Dax then chases Dutt around. That was his downfall. When he finally gets to the ring, he walks right into a kick to the gut, which then led to the stroke. 1, 2, 3. J-E-W-F, J-A-W-E-double-T. Jarrett gets the win over one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions, and that's Dax Harwood. Next week, we got Jay Lethal and Cash Wheeler. So we'll see what happens with that. And it looks like they're leading to a program for the AEW Tag Team belts. I hope and pray that they do not give it to Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I'd like to have FTR hold it for a very long time, like almost a year, like they held the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts. But we'll see what happens with that when we get there. All right, match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And we move on with that. All right, then we get to Tony Khan's big, huge announcement. And I thought he's announcing that he got another shipment of Coke in, because he loves that Coke, you know what I mean? Because he's so wired half the time. But anyway, this was not about that. It was not about Punk and the debut of Collision on June 17th. It wasn't about the AEW Fight Forever game. It wasn't even about the streaming service. So Tony Khan came on and announced that for the second year in a row, we're going to get the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament that will be, the opening ceremonies will be at Double or Nothing on May the 28th in Vegas. I believe that's in Vegas. And then tournament matches will go through Forbidden Door, which I think is nice. And then the finals will be in Owen's hometown of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And that'll be July the 15th, which is a Saturday. So I guess the finals will be on Collision, because that's a Saturday show, barring anything else that's on Saturday. But so we got that. So the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament will begin once again. We remember last year, the first couple of AEW, Britt Baker and Adam Cole, baby, won that before Adam Cole got hurt around the Forbidden Door time. So we'll see what happens with that. The winner gets the Owen Hart trophy. They get like a little pink belt that really means nothing, but we'll see what happens with that and who's going to be in the tournament. I would like to see Adam Cole and Britt kind of defend the title. It's not a title, but defend. At least I'll be in it again and maybe go 2 for 2. But I mean, we'll have to see who's in it, and we'll go from there. But so once again, the tournament will the opening ceremonies will start at Double or Nothing on May the 28th, and then they'll go through Forbidden Door, and then the finals of the tournament will be on July the 15th in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Obviously, Martha Hart will once again be there to crown the champions. I wouldn't put it past AEW to maybe get Bret Hart to get there, maybe Smith Hart, the rest of the Hart family. Wish Owen was there, but it is what it is. And on May 23rd will be the anniversary. I believe it's the 24th year. It's getting almost 25 years since Owen Hart sadly passed away on May the 23rd, 1999. So this year will be year 24 of Owen Hart's death. So next year will be the silver anniversary of Owen Hart's death, and when we get to that point, we will definitely do a Silver Anniversary Edition, 25 years later of Owen Hart's sad, tragic passing. And, Bret Hart, he mended his fences with Vince, but sadly, still, Martha Hart still has her, gripe with Vince McMahon, because really Vince McMahon and Vince Russo basically killed Owen Hart. It should never have happened. It should have just came down the aisle, but they wanted to make it a big thing, and he was supposed to win the Intercontinental title from the Godfather. And sadly, it did not happen because he plunged to his death, which sucks. And now, Martha Hart, as much as I hated her for, not wanting to put Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame, I kind of forgave her after, Tony Khan basically came in and said, we're going to make this tournament for Owen. I thought it was going to be great. And the whole tournament last year was great. Two great people won it. Adam Cole, baby, and Britt Baker. So we'll see what happens this year when we get there, and we'll see who wins the cup in July on most likely Collision, because I don't think there'll be a pay-per-view or anything like that. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, so not the announcement I thought was going to happen, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And we move on with that. All right. After that announcement, we go to match number 3. We had Wardlow with Arn Anderson and his Glock. No, he didn't pull out the Glock this time. He takes on an unknown wrestler. I think they said his name was Ryan Malarkey or something like that. I don't remember his name, but in any case, I called him Ham and Egger, or Jobber number 1. Wardlow beat him, and I don't even know how much time. It felt like 30 seconds. Hits a headbutt, a big clothesline, then the Powerbomb Symphony 4 times, and 1, 2, 3. Wardlow gets the win. Match I gave a dud because I didn't care for it. And that's pretty much it. After match, Arn Anderson gets on the mic and said he's been in the business for 40 years. And he's finally figured out who's who in the dressing room. And he compares Wardlow to a dynasty in the NFL. The Niners. He should have, well, I think he was trying to maybe get something in like the Miami Dolphins in the 70s. But the Niners would have wiped the floor with those guys, but the Niners in the 90s, or the late 80s, early 90s with Joe Montana or Steve Young, they would have wiped the floor with the 70s Dolphins, with Larry Zonka and all those people. They would have wiped the floor with them. Dan Marino. Hi, I'm Dan Marino, and I want to sell you some Isotona gloves. Where's Dan Marino? Ingo and Feinhorn. Finkel and Einhorn. Alrighty then. You gotta love that movie. You gotta love Ace Ventura 1. 2's not that great. There was talk of a third one coming, but I think Jim Carrey doesn't want to do movies anymore. More power to him. But it would have been nice to finish the trilogy a little bit if they were going to do a third one. And I really don't think they should reboot it, because I don't think anybody can emulate all that stuff that Jim Carrey did. No way, no how. And that's pretty much it. All right. So Arn compares Wardlow to a dynasty in the NFL. He says nobody in the locker room has what Wardlow has. But there's one thing Wardlow needs to agree with him on. And he says, you're going to have to bite a guy's ear off, gouge a guy's eye out, and nasty. And then we hear the music go, Christian! So Christian Cage comes out with the new look Luchasaurus, or as I call him, a Guar backup singer, or a future member of GWAR with that mask on and that gear he has on. Creepy. But anyway, they walk to the ring and then basically just stare at Wardlow and Arn Anderson. So that program is going to be starting pretty soon over the TNT title. Wardlow's all ready to go. I really hope they don't give it to Luchasaurus of all people. Nah. I doubt that he'll win the belt. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. All right, then we go to the back with Renee. She's now with the other two pillars of the of AEW. That is Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God. And then in comes the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, the man with the creepy scarf, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. So it's like, hey, friendly bestie, yay! And then they start kissing each other on the forehead. I'm like, ew, that's weird. And then both men say they don't care that MJF is paying Sammy probably a lot of money, paying Sammy Guevara to lay down, and MJF can just pin him 1, 2, 3 like a pink finger poke of doom thing, and then really ruining the prestige of the AEW title. So they was like, we don't care what you guys think. And then before Sammy goes to get ready for his match coming up next, Sammy's like, MJF, Max, I got you a present. And then he goes off screen for a second and comes back in and brings Sam a matching vest of his. So MJF puts it on, and then MJF's like, well, I got one for you too. And he gives him a scarf. Really? And then they're like, bring it in, man. They start hugging. I'm like, oh my God, this is Kevin Owens and Jericho all over again. Now, God forbid we have MJF with the list of Jericho. You just made the list. God forbid we get something like that. Oy, oy, oy. I don't think we will, because later on, I think Sammy is not too happy with his best friend, if you will. And we get that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we go to match number 4, the semifinals of the Four Pillars tournament. We have Darby Allin taking on Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God. This was a pretty good match. It didn't end the way a lot of people thought. So it starts with some headlock takeovers. MJ then joins commentary and starts eating his dill pickles. Okay. Whatever rocks your boat. Well, you couldn't get some popcorn there, Mac? Come on. Whatever rocks your boat, though. Then we get a double jump arm drag by Darby, and then an arm drag by Sammy, so they counter each other. Then a twisting drop kick by Sammy, and then a jackknife cover gets a near fall. Darby rolls through into a Texas cloverleaf. Sammy powers out, sends Darby crashing to the floor, and then follows up with a hard headshot on the ring post. Ow. Darby gets back in the ring, catches Sammy coming in with a big Shote palm strike. Then he tries to German suplex Sammy off the apron, but Sammy hits Darby in the nuts behind the referee's back. Then we get an Asai moonsault by Sammy. Sammy then does some ground and pound on Darby, delivers some vicious-looking elbows that might have busted Darby open. And then, well, I didn't really see blood, I couldn't tell. But anyway, Darby crashes hard into the guardrail, not once, but twice. Sammy throws Darby back in, locks it on 1934 Boston Crab. Then it goes up top, delivers a picture-perfect Eddie Guerrero frog splash. It looked good, but it wasn't as great as me, pero. Well, you do it better than anybody. What can I say? Don't say anything. Go eat your burrito. Wrap up the burrito when you in China, Oh, I will, don't worry. You have a good show, Mr. Gilmore. Oh, thank you, Eddie, thank you. So, we move on with that. Anyway, so Sammy hits the frog splash for a near fall. He looks for the three amigos. Why is he stealing my moves, Ese? Why is everybody stealing my move? I don't know. They want to be like you, they can't. Anyway, he looks for the three amigos. Darby reverses into a scorpion death drop. Tries to go for the cover. Sammy retreats to the outside. Darby falls with a suicide dive underneath the middle rope. But Sammy counts with a Gilmore Cutter! Bang! On the floor. Ow! Sammy, been watching my tapes. Anyway, Sammy looks to set up a table on the outside. Darby fights him off, sets him up on the table, but then Ty Mello, I haven't seen her in a while. Well, besides, her being on the ramp, playing tonsil hockey with her husband, that's Sammy. Finds a distraction, she did not show her boobs, even though that would have been very nice. But anyway, or her hot ass, but anyway, cause of distraction allows Sammy to catch Darby with an avalanche Spanish fly. Nice, for a near fall. Sammy now sets Darby up on the table, goes up top, hits a beautiful 630 through the table. I'm like, DQ? No DQ there. Which allows Sammy to, okay, so Sammy puts him through the table. Darby somehow makes it in the ring before the 10 count, as MJF then gets off the commentary and goes to the ring himself. Darby heads up top. MJF is there, and he throws Darby the skateboard as Ty Conti is trying to distract the referee. And then after Ty is done distracting referee Paul Turner, he turns around and Sammy fakes like he got hit with the skateboard, a la Eddie Guerrero, lying, cheat, and steal. Wasn't great as mine when I do it. Yeah, but you got caught a couple of times, Eddie. Shut up, Pedro! You pendejo! Hey, Eddie, calm down. Take it easy. Take it easy. Call me a pendejo. How dare him? I'm a legend. Well, he is too, but I'm a bigger legend than he is. But anyway, so he does the old fake Eddie got hit thing, which I thought was nice. Referee Paul Turner goes to Darby, he's like, ring the bell! So we got another, I think for the first time in a while, a disqualification to end the match. So Sammy wins the match. He goes to the finals of the Four Pillars tournament, where he will face MJF for the belt. So match was okay. Bad finish. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, MJF and Sammy all like, we swindled them. Then he put the boots to Darby, and then Jungle Man Jack Perry makes a save, but it's a little bit too late. And then MJF is on the mic. He starts running down everybody. He's like, "Oh, we're better than you, and you know it." It's like me and Sammy going to Double or Nothing, and Sammy's gonna get his money and everything. Blah 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 blah. But wait, before we can leave, Tony Baloney Schiavone, who's on commentary, says, Max, listen up, you little prick. I'm like, ooh, you better listen, because, Tony Schiavone is very evil and very legendary. You don't want to mess with that guy. Former XWF announcer, by the way. Legendary, should be in the Hall of Fame. I'd love to induct him, if Tony Khan lets me. But in any case, speaking of Tony Khan, Tony Schiavone has an announcement from Tony Khan, and Tony Khan says that Sammy Guevara has earned his shot, so the match is official for Double or Nothing, but, and there's always a but, and it stinks, next week, Jungle Man Jack Perry and Darby will team up to take on MJF and Sammy in a tag team match, and if Darby and Jungle Boy win, they will be put in the Pillars Fatal 4-Way match for the title. So I'm like, guess what? We're still getting the Fatal 4-Way match. So then I'm on Twitter, I'm like, what was the point of this tournament? We had to run through stupid fucking hoops to get from what we thought was going to be the Fatal 4-Way. We all knew it was going to be a Fatal 4-Way. And then we get this tournament, which is a 3-person tournament, which is ridiculous. They should have had a triple threat match to become the #1 contender, and maybe have that in chaos. But they do that? No. So they had this stupid fucking tournament, and we're back at square one. We're gonna have the fatal four-way match at Double or Nothing for the belt, which we all know MJF is going to win. Unless they change that, well, we don't know, but we'll see. So I didn't like the way this whole situation came about. Now it's basically going to be next week on the program. It's going to be at its apex, and we're going to get the fatal four-way match anyway, because Darby and Jungle Boy are obviously going to win. Obviously. So that's that. Let me move on with that. And then after that, Sammy and MJF are leaving the arena. They want to get in the car. MJF's like, no. It's the car is full. We see the car is empty. So MJF's like, I gotta go. And he gets in the car and says, go! And the car speeds away. And Sammy's like, that motherfucker. So, yeah, you got swindled there, Sammy. You're getting swindled. And you don't see it. You don't trust Maxwell. You tried to do that once when you were in the Pinnacle. Did you learn? No. You had to run back to Jericho. And now you're back with him. You're all besties again. And now he's fucking you over again, dude. Come on, think about what's going on here, Sammy, and not think about fucking Ty Conti in 6,000 positions. I mean, come on now. Stop it. You can do that later. Think about trying to get the AEW World title. Seriously. But I digress on that. All right, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, we get to my good friend, Adam Cole, baby. And he comes out, doesn't waste any time, none of the Adam Cole, baby. He goes right to the ring, and with a purpose, he is pissed. Gets in the ring, calls Jericho out, says, I want to beat you within an inch of your freaking life. So Jericho doesn't come out at first, and Cole's like, I don't got all day. It's like, well, I guess you're not going to come out, so I'm going to go to you. And then Jericho's music plays, but he appears on the Tron, and he's like, I don't want to be anywhere near a man like you, Cole, who would allow the love of his life to be viciously beaten like that, like she was last week. Jericho calls Adam Cole a coward, and I don't want to be anywhere near you, but my guys will. So then the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society appeared behind him. I think they appeared behind him, Cole. So Jake Hager, 2.0, Matt Maynard, and Angelo Parker, and Daniel Garcia jump Adam Cole. So it's basically a 4-1 beatdown, and then Orange Cassidy and Bandito, surprisingly, come out for the save, but the numbers game catch up to them. So it's a 4-3 beatdown. We didn't think anybody was going to come save them. And then we hear... And then we go to... The Tron changes. I'm like, somebody's coming out. Like, somebody is like, who's going to come out? Is it going to be Kyle O'Reilly? No, it's not Kyle. But another member of the former Undisputed Era. And that is the Messiah of the Backbreaker, Roderick Strong. He comes out to everybody's surprise. Because we thought he was dead. We thought he was still on the contract with WWE, which he still could be. But anyway, he comes out, beats the fuck out of the Jericho Appreciation Society with a couple backbreakers. He came out with Kill Switch Engage, the End of Heartache, which was his Ring of Honor theme before he left. That was nice, hearing Kill Switch, I was like, ah! I fucking marked the fuck out. So after he clears the ring, Cole gets up, they have a big freaking hug. I was like, oh! I just can't wait for Kyle O'Reilly to come back, whenever that may be. I think he's not medically cleared yet, because I think he had a... What did he have? I think he had a leg injury, really bad leg injury, so he may be coming back maybe by the summer, or maybe by All In. We'll see. But if they can get Kyle O'Reilly back, now the final member of the Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish... See what happens with him. He's in Impact right now. Not really doing much. But, I mean, he can praise AEW while he's in Impact. And maybe, he'll Tony Khan will sign him for another or he'll do an open contract, or he only gets paid per appearance, or he actually signs Bobby Fish to maybe a year contract, and then Bobby Fish is back to being all elite, and then the Undisputed Era, or whatever they're gonna call him. I don't even know what they're gonna call him now. When they do get back to a faction, a four-man faction, that's gonna just probably go berserk in the AEW, with the Elite and the Blackpool Cut Club, battling it out for best faction in the Jericho Appreciation Society as well. Oh, it's going to be a great summer and going into the fall, all the factions beating each other up. But it was a great moment for Cole and Roddy. Now, Tony Khan did tweet out that Roderick Strong is now indeed all elite. So, I guess he finally got out of his contract. Because he did say he did want to get released back in 2022, but was never, did not get, his release was not granted, and it was just stuck there, and basically the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile were just running Diamond Mine into the ground. Now that Roddy's officially gone, basically this confirms that Diamond Mine is history. But we'll see what happens with that, and we'll see what happens on Rampage this Friday night, and next week on the program, from wherever it might be. I think it's going to be in Florida next week, but I have to see on that. But that was great. Roddy's debut, loved it. Killswitch Engage pounding my eardrums made me even more want to rock out with my cookout. It was great. So I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then we'll see what happens next week on the program with that. All right, then we go to QTV with QT Marshall Knott. And we see him with the beautiful Harley Cameron, or Danny L, who had her debut match this week on, I believe, Dark. I think she won that match. But anyway, so they're there, and then Powerhouse Will Hobbs is there, and he is pissed off at QT, but QT says, I got a plan B, and Will Hobbs is like, you better have a plan B, and it better work to get my title back. So Hobbs is in search to get his TNT title back from Wardlow. And, QT has to go back to the drawing board for a plan B. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we go to the dreaded death slot for the women. Match number 5 for the AEW TBS Championship. Jade Cargill, that bitch show, who came out with Layla Gray and Smart Mark Sterling, defending her title and her 55-0. I said 56, so I was like, oops. 55-0 undefeated streak against the number 1 contender, Taya Valkyrie La Rera Loca. And if Taya uses the road to Valhalla, she is disqualified immediately. So, match was not so good, Al. I did not like this match at all. I hope they run it back, but for what happened at the end. But anyway, Ty was in control early, looks for road to Valhalla, but Orby Edwards like, no, you can use it. So Taya thinks better of it, which allowed Jade to capitalize. She charges, but Taya gets the boot up, sends Jade to the floor, but Jade skins the cat. Taya thrust kicks her in the gut, and then she falls, but Jade sweeps the leg down your son. Taya lands in a split on the apron. Yeah. But then Jade drops Taya hard on the floor from the apron. Ow. And then we go to break. She's back in control. She misses a pump kick. Taya returns with some knees and a rolling elbow. Then hits the Blue Thunder Bomb, and we all know that everybody kicks out at 2. For that, only one time I think a Blue Thunder Bomb has ever won a match, and that was Sami Zayn maybe a few months ago on SmackDown. But anyway, Taya goes up top. Jade falls with a big-time superplex. Then out of nowhere, she hits a Canadian destroyer. Never saw that out of Jade. She goes to the cover, gets a near fall out of that. She looks for Jaded, but Taya frees herself, hits a double stomp for a near fall. Then she looks for Roll to Valhalla again, but once again, Obi Edwards like, no, no, no. And then Jade's like, oh, what am I gonna do? And then we see, the finish looks so freaking fake because Jade, fell down, had her legs open, and then she like Taya goes to grab her, and she does a front roll, and then Jade basically sits on her. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, with the trunks, might add, with the handful of panties. So 1, 2, 3. Jade Cargill goes to 56-0, retains her title. I did not like the finish at all. I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Taya got pissed off and she almost hit Roll to Valhalla on Obi Edwards, but the other referees saved her. So that might be some dinero coming out of your pocket there, Taya, but see what happens with that. I hope they do a rematch, a better match than this, but I don't know where Jade's gonna go from here and who her next challenger could be. I still think at this point that Taya, if she does a rematch, she's probably not gonna win. And if it's not her, it's gonna be most likely either Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door or Chris Statlander, maybe at Double or Nothing. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on with that. And move on. Alright, then we go to a promo from the AEW Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter, who has her arm in a sling after what the Outcast did to her I believe on Rampage, or maybe before that. And Dr. Britt Baker, say it with me now, GMD, baby. So they say the only way that this is over between them and the Outcast is when someone gets sent to the morgue. I think it's still setting up some type of maybe a female blood and guts match, but we'll see what happens with that. I think we're definitely going to see a men's match between the Elite and the Blackpool Cup Club. 4-on-4 is probably going to be the Bucks and Kenny and either Hangman or Takeshita, depending on whose loyalty he goes to, against the Blackpool Cup Club of Moxley, Claudio, Wheeler, Utah, and Bryan Danielson. So we'll see what happens with that, and we move on. All right, before we get to the main event, we have a promo from the Switchblade, Jay White, be with the Switchblade, and Rock Hard Juice Robinson of Bullet Club Gold. Just shoot me for the love of God, by the way. Even though you can't do that now that the Bang Bang Gang, go bang bang, bang bang, bang bang bang, But anyway. So basically introduce themselves as the Bang Bang Gang, and we'll see them on Rampage this Friday night. Let me just pull up the Rampage card if I can. Wrote it down. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so we got Bullet Club Gold, Jay White, and Juice Robinson, or as they call themselves now, the Bang Bang Gang. They will be taking on Absolute Ricky Starks and his partner Sean Spears, the Perfect 10, on Rampage in tag team action. Also on Rampage this Friday afternoon, or Friday evening, wherever you want, maybe. Naturally Limitless will be in action. That's Keith Lee. And Dustin Rhodes, the natural Dustin Rhodes, they'll be in action. Also, we're going to hear from the Acclaimed, Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn. And don't forget, ladies, Sesame, Mommy Ass. There you go. We're also going to get a promo from the Outcast, Paige, Saraya Knight, Ruby Soho, and Tony Storm. So we're going to hear from them. And also, we got women's action, because we always have to have a women's match on Rampage. We're going to have Anna J.A.S., who's a flat ass and a mean attitude. Just ask Jungle Boy. She's going to be taking on the newest member of the AEW women's roster, and she just signed a deal to AEW, and that is Ashley DM Boise. Great. I am happy for her. I hope she does some good things on AEW, mostly probably be on Dark a lot. But I think when Collision starts, we'll probably see her a little bit more, because no more Elevation. Elevation got canned, from what I'm hearing. I mean, I talked about it earlier in the day, that there was a rumor that Elevation is now extinct, so no more Monday show on YouTube. So AEW will have 3 main shows: Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, and Ring of Honor, as you know, and it's separate brands of Ring of Honor and Dark. But really, they should get rid of Dark as well, because if they want to have they do a roster split, if you will, I would just have split the roster between people who are gonna be on Collision, because that's like a developmental show like NXT, and then have people on Dynamite and Rampage, and people on Ring of Honor. So you split it 4 ways. Yeah, the people that don't get TV time to be put on Collision. Then you have the main stars will probably be split between Dynamite, Rampage, and the RH stars who are there now will stay on Ring of Honor, and you can like switch between Dynamite and Rampage, or if somebody goes to Collision, like a big time guy like Punk can maybe appear on Ring of Honor TV, like the return of Punk to Ring of Honor. I mean, we'll see. And then, the tag teams can be split each way, too. But we'll see what happens with that when we get closer to June 17th, the debut episode of Collision with CM Punk coming back, and we'll see what happens with that. So, once again, on Rampage this Friday afternoon, Bullet Club Gold, Jay White, and Rock Hard. Juice Robinson takes on Ricky Starks and Sean Spears. We're gonna have Naturally Limitless in action, and a JAS against Ashley DM Boise, and then we're gonna hear from the Acclaimed and the Outcasts. That's your card for this Friday afternoon at 5:30 p.m. because it's not on at 10 thanks to the NHL playoffs, and we will see what happens with that and how many viewers they get. The fast national rating for this past Saturday's show came in, and it was 376,000 fans. Yikes. After coming off a big-time 639,000 viewership on the Friday show. So, which started at 9:30, so. No, not 9:30, 9:38, I should say. So. But eventually, now with Rampage on Friday, but then it could be, sometimes, with baseball season coming up, the playoffs coming up, they're going to have Friday shows. How are they going to have Rampage on Friday night with when the baseball playoffs start? How's that going to work? You can't put it to Saturday because you got Collision. And if Collision is preempted, whatever time it is, how's that going to work if both shows are on freaking TNT? Because Collision will be on TNT. So Tony Khan's got a conundrum. You should never put Rampage on TNT. Should have kept it maybe to put it on TBS, because there's nothing on TBS on Saturdays. Or just move Collision to TBS. That's a smart move, Tony Khan. See, I'm trying to help you out, and in turn, can you give me a job? I'll do commentary. I'll set up the ring. I'll even do backstage interviews for Collision. Hey, that'd be a good idea. Hey, Tony Khan, you need a backstage interviewer for Collision? I'll sign my name up. I'll sign up. I'll go down. Depending on I'll go to Chicago for about a month. Won't hurt as long as you pay me. You pay for my food and the hotel, and getting there. I mean, if you get me, some guy picks me up, or I drive with one of the stars. Hell, I'll drive with Adam Cole, baby. I don't give a shit. Then again, he might not want to, because he thinks He thinks I stalk him, but I don't. Yeah, I'll sit in the back seat with with Rosa and with him and Dr. Britt Baker, baby. We'll talk about some old Ring of Honor stuff. Talk about the suck my dick gimmick back in PWG, which I kind of stole. Sorry, Adam. I basically stole his gimmick in when I was in XWF back in 2000 from 2016 up until 2021. I kind of modified it a little bit, telling my opponents to suck my super dick. You know, he had it for a couple years in PWG, won the title a couple times, and what did I do in XWF? The same fucking thing. I didn't win the world title. I did win the Universal title, but it was like briefly. It was like 2 weeks, and then bounced around with the Extreme title, with the Hardcore title, and then the Heart title, which is basically like the TV/Intercontinental title. Won that a couple of times over the last couple of years. Tag Team Champion, Deathmatch Champion in Japan, 7 times over. But now I'm retired. But wherever join an EFED again, if anybody knows a great EFED that's run by actual good people, not pedophiles like the XWF was when I left, then let me know. Let me know. That's pretty much it. So I would love to get back to EFEDing, getting back to role playing, writing promos and stuff writing role plays and promos and stuff like that, But I'm not big on the car feds here on YouTube. I know COH is still around. Never say never if I ever get back with that, but I doubt I'll ever do something like that. But I just like to keep to myself. But if there's an EFED around, just let me know. Can't be XWF because I'm never going back to that shithole that's run by actual pedophiles, but it is what it is. And but I mean, I'm gonna try to maybe see if I can get in touch with the guy from SVO. That's an EFED, by the way. Good EFED. I was Extreme Champion there. Very good shows there. Very good shows. The GMs were good. A lot of good talent there. It was good. Will I ever return? Never say never. But I have so much, I work a lot, so it's going to kind of be a pain in the butt, to write the promos out and get them up on the site and the way I wanted to, with the coding and everything that I have to get back to doing with the HTML coding. It's going to be a pain in the butt, but we'll have to see where we get there. But never say never with me getting back to an actual EFED online. A good one, too. But, we'll get there. All right, so that's it. All right, so that's your Rampage rundown. Let me get back to my notes. There we go. All right, so we got that on Rampage, and that's it. All right, then we see Bryan Danielson. Yes! So he comes out to join commentary for our main event of the evening. We had, for the first time ever, we have Kenny by God Omega, along with John Callis at ringside with him, as he teams up with Kensuke Takeshita. It's Takeshita, not Takeshita. It's Takeshita. If you cannot pronounce a Japanese name, do not say it. If you want to say Takeshita, go ahead. It's Takeshita. Kensuke Takeshita. Like Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiromu Takahashi. All the great people in Japan, because as we all know, Japan, #1, forever, and ever, and never. Right, Cherry, calm down. I was a hardcore legend in Japan, #1. All right, Terry, stop it. Do I have to get Mick Foley out? Oh, no, here he comes. Mick, can you calm him down, please? Terry, Cactus. Is that you, Cactus? Jerry, stop talking about Japan, please. You want a Dorito? It's very tasty. Right, Mikey? Mikey, you like the Doritos, Mikey? Okay. That's crazy. Fuck, get out of here. And that's an actual real segment. I'm not lying about that. When Mikey Whipwreck and Cactus Jack were ECW tag team champions. Crazy stuff. Would you like the Dorito, Mikey? No. Bye-bye. Okay. Good old Mick Foley. Good old ECW circa 1993. Well, the early 90s when, when Cactus Jack was there before he left for the WWE to become Mankind. I still have that tape, actually, of Cactus Jack's last match against Mikey Whipwreck. And I think Mikey beat him. I have that. I have Born to be Wired, Sabu versus Terry Funk in a barbed wire match. A really, really bloody fucking barbed wire match where Sabu almost tore his freaking tricep wide open after hitting the Arabian trying to hit the Arabian Air Sabu into the corner with a barbed wire, and he missed, and the barbed wire just sliced his arm almost wide open. And somehow he won the ECW World Title after that. Then he started his feud with Taz. I have that. I have Big Ass Extreme Bash. I have the night that Kimono won a later dance atop the ECW arena. I have that. Oh, yes, I have that. She didn't get naked, but she was partially naked. But she just had a towel. You could see a little bit of her boob. But she's still around. She still looks fucking hot. And she could sit on my face all day. Good Lord. She could beat the fuck out of me. I don't give a shit. I'll be her bitch. I don't care. I'll be Maki Ito's bitch any day of the week. She put up a picture of herself in the shower, by the way. Maki Ito, where have you been? Ah. Surprise, motherfucker! Yeah, surprise indeed. Indeed. So. Always nice to see her, if you don't follow Maki Ito motherfucker on Instagram, then you won't see that picture. But I digress. Let me move on with that. Alright, so Takeshita and Kenny take on the Butcher and the Blade with Kip Sabian and his wife Penelope Ford at ringside. Match was okay, nothing great. Sosa with the Blade lining up Takeshita with some big chops, but Takeshita responds with a big-time elbow. Then a single leg lariat by Takeshita. Kenny gets the tag and hits "You Can't Escape." And then the diving senton off the middle rope by Takeshita gets a near fall. So a little good double team moves by Takeshita and Kenny. Kind of reminds me of Kenny and Ibushi from DDT back in Japan. And then Kenny hits a Frankensteiner, and then the Blade is sent to the outside. He goes for the Terminator dive, but Kip Sabian trips up Kenny, and Kenny follows him to the outside, tries to go after him. Then a running body block by the Butcher. Then a moonsault behind the referee's back by Kip Sabian. And then the Butcher and the Blade are in control. They put the boots to Kenny during the commercial break. Then we come back, we get a backbreaker, leg drop combo by the Butcher and the Blade for a near fall. And Kenny fights back with some chops and some palm strikes, some shotes, for drop kicking the knee and landed the Katara Crusher. Katara sounds like a guy from Mortal Kombat. I think it is. I could be wrong. Anyway, the Takeshita gets the hot tag. The Butcher comes in. We got a crossbody by the Takeshita on a big time clothesline. Then the hell of a kick. I wonder who taught him that. Sammy. In the corner by the Takeshita. And another one for good measure. Then a big time cheer drop. Well, maybe a teardrop. Bling buster by the Takeshita for a near fall. He goes to the big knee, and the Butcher blocked it as the Blade comes in the ring. We get a half and half backbreaker by the Butcher into a stunner from the Blade, and then a lariat. So a nice trio of moves on Takeshita by the Butcher and the Blade. Pretty damn nice. Then we get another combo, a powerbomb neckbreaker combo on Takeshita, but Kenny grabs the leg of the Blade as Takeshita hits a Hurricanrana on the Butcher. Then a rolling elbow by Takeshita into a big-time V-trigger by Kenny, and then the Blue Thunder Bomb. And as always, we all know that does not win the match, as the Blade makes the save at 2. Then Takeshita gets up, hits the rising knee to the Blade into a Snapdragon suplex by Kenny. Ugh, ooh. I feel bad for your neck. But anyway, Kenny hits the Terminator dive, which takes out both the Blade and Kip Sabian. And then Takeshita's in the ring. He hits the power drive knee. 1, 2, 3. Kenny and Takeshita get the win. Their first win as a tag team. So pretty damn good match. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Big win. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. And then after the match, Bryan Danielson gets off commentary, goes to the ring with a mic. He puts over the Takeshita while saying Kenny's best days are behind him. He's like, you're better off in Japan, and you're in America, you're nothing but an amateur. Something like that. And he says, if Takeshita trained with the Blackpool Cut Club, then Moxley and Claudio attack from behind. So basically a 3-on-1 beatdown on Kenny. Danielson wants to finish him off with the screwdriver, but then the Young Bucks, they come out for the save. Claudio charges up the ramp, walks into a double super kick. Same thing for Wheeler Yuta. See, if he would have brought back those library books there, Wheeler Yuta, you wouldn't have got kicked in the face, you bum. So, double super kicks to Wheeler Yuta and Claudio. And then in the ring, we got a Snapdragon suplex on Moxley by Kenny. Then a double super kick to Mox. On the outside, Takeshita is being talked to by Bryan Danielson. He's like, you don't have to do this. You can turn right now. And Takeshita gets in the ring to stop Kenny from stabbing Moxley in the head. And then, and then Moxley shoves Takeshita into Kenny. Takeshita's like, don't do it. Don't do it, Kenny-san. Don't do it. And Kenny's like, leave me alone. Let me stab the man in the face. And then Moxley shoves Takeshita into Kenny, knocks him down. And then Kenny and Moxley Moxley hits the Death Rider on Kenny, laying him out. And then the Blackpool Cut Club raised Takeshita's hands like, yeah, he's with us now. And Takeshita's like, no, I'm not with you. What are you talking about, you stupid American? What are you doing? No, I am by myself. I am Takeshita. I have sushi later. So Takeshita doesn't know where he has to go. Kind of, Danielson's kind of like doesn't know what to do. And then Wheeler Yuta does what he does best and knocks people in the nuts. He hits Takeshita with a low blow, and then Moxley takes the screwdriver and stabs Takeshita right in the top of the head, busting him wide open, and then his arm's bleeding because from the head. So stabs him in the head over and over and over again, knocking him down, and the Blackpool Cut Club celebrate as Don and Kenny kind of try to save him with the Bucks looking on. So I don't know where Takeshita's head's going to be at after this. I think he's going to say, whoa, why didn't you save me? Why didn't you let... And then Kenny's like, well, why didn't you let me stab him? You got stabbed now. I still think that if they do a 5-man blood and guts, Hangman's going to eventually come back and team with the Bucks and Kenny and Takeshita. And on the other side, I don't know who's the 5th guy going to be for the Blackpool Cut Club, because I damn sure don't think it's going to be Don Callis. So it has to be somebody else. Who is it? I don't know. I'd rather them do a 4-on-4, because you got 4 people on both sides. But then, you have to add, you have Hangman in the background, but unless he's too injured to compete, then he can't do a 5-on-5. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. So that's that, and that ends a pretty okay edition of Dynamite. It's pretty good show. You know, Roddy debuting. I marked out for that. You can check out my reaction down below, or you can watch a video ago. After this video, go back a video, you see it. So you get that, and you know, now we gotta wait for Kyle O'Reilly to come back from injury. Maybe they can get Bobby Fish a call, so the Undisputed Era will officially be in AEW as a unit instead of having it be what was a 3-man unit at the time when Roddy was under contract with NXT. But now he's with AEW. I don't know for how long, but now hopefully, like I said, we get Kyle O'Reilly coming back. Hopefully by the end of the summer, and then they can somehow coerce Bobby Fish to come back, and then maybe a lot of people are saying the Undisputed Era versus the Elite at All In. That may or may not happen, and I mean we'll have to see what happens when we get to August 27th in London, England at Wembley, and we've got that. But anyway, it was a pretty decent show, and I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comment section if you wish. And also, don't forget to smash that like button to death. Subscribe to my channels, I should say. Hopefully, we'll get to 450 on this channel. We're pretty close to getting there. We're 13 subs away. And we'll get that. We're 6 away from 450 on the Rant channel. That's that. Once again, thank you everybody for the views on the last CM Punk videos and the reactions videos that I've done. And that's pretty much it. So keep it coming. You know, if it's fake views, but free views equals good views. Thank you very much for that. Anyway, and that's all I gotta say. So you think I don't get real views? Think again. And I don't get comments? Think again. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I'm out of here. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna edit this up and go to sleep because I gotta get to work tomorrow. And then I gotta go to physical therapy tomorrow. And then basically the rest of my day is probably gonna be doing nothing. Well, maybe watching a Met game. Hopefully they win tomorrow and salvage that 3-game series against the Nationals. Joey Fuego on the mound. We'll see what happens with that. So I'll probably be watching it, as I'm going to physical therapy and then coming out. Probably be over. And then come home. I'm gonna do some chores, hang out with the missus, of course, and then I'm gonna get ready for the game 5 of the Rangers Devil series. I don't think the game starts at 7 or maybe 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna be watching that while I'm watching the Rant and Rave podcast on YouTube. So we got that. I think Raj and Jack Former will be doing another video for the Wrestling podcast on Thursdays. So we got that. So lots of stuff Thursday, and we will see what happens with that. And then Friday we got Rampage at 5:30. And then we'll take a little break, and then we'll get ready for SmackDown live for the first night of the draft. Which is coinciding with the second night of the NFL draft. The NFL draft begins tomorrow night. So we'll see what the Jets get, who the Giants get, who the Niners get. If there's going to be some trades up, trades down, maybe trades during the draft, we'll see. It's going to be an interesting night of action at the draft for the NFL and the league where they play for pay. And all that good shit. And, then night 1 of the WWE draft, going head-to-head with the second night of the draft. I think it's round 3. So, or round 2. I don't know if it's round 2 or 3. But we got that. And, it's going to be rainy here in the Northeast. The Mets start a big 4-game series against the Braves. Don't know if they're going to get any of the games in. Maybe they'll get 1 or 2 games in, and then I'll have to play a doubleheader later in the season. We'll have to see what happens with that. Like I said, the Texas Rangers will begin a 4-game series with the Yankees. We have that. Congrats to the Knicks for getting into the Eastern Conference semifinals and see who they play. Probably this weekend. We'll see. We shall see what happens with that. Rangers game 5 tomorrow. Hopefully they can win. Bring it back to MSG on, I believe, Saturday. I think it's Saturday or Sunday. Sunday afternoon, Sunday night at the Garden for game 6. Hopefully the Rangers win and can close it out at the Garden so it doesn't go to game 7. So we get a 2021-2022 repeat. Well, actually, 2020. Yeah, I take 2022 repeat of the final of the playoffs last year. The Rangers had to go 7 the first round against the Penguins, then the second round against Carolina, and then the Eastern Conference Finals. They had a two games to none lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then the last 4 games. So hopefully they don't get a repeat of that because they got a better team this year. But they got to come out firing on all cylinders tomorrow at the Rock in Newark, which is basically their second home. And we'll see what happens with that. So I think we'll see if all goes well. The Rangers could face Carolina because I think Carolina wiped the floor with the Islanders. So might get a repeat, a repeat of last year's Eastern Conference semifinals. We'll see what happens with that. But I think it depends on the seeding because the Rangers were the number I think they were the number 3 seed in the Metropolitan Division, so we'll have to see what happens with that. They could face the Bruins if the Bruins win. Right now it's 3-2 in Boston's favor. Game 6, I think happens on Friday night in Florida. And we'll see what happens with that. Game 7, if necessary, will be next week in Boston. So, big game for Florida coming up this weekend. Hopefully they can win and take it to game 7. So I might see a couple game 7s on our hands, except for Carolina and the Islanders. Carolina won that series already. So they're in the semifinals. Toronto can wrap up their series against Tampa Bay. So the champs are on the ropes right now. No, they didn't win last year, did they? I forget who won the cup last year. I think it was Tampa Bay. But anyway, moving on. So Tampa Bay's in trouble right now. They're down, I think, 3-1. Game 5 is, I think, tomorrow. So the second round will begin next week, or this coming weekend, or mostly next week. So we'll see what happens to that. Hopefully the Rangers could get in and see what they play, whether it be Boston, Carolina, or possibly Toronto. I think I'd rather have Toronto, but we'll see. If it's Carolina, it might be a very interesting series. Hopefully it won't go 7 like it did last time. And we had a win in Carolina, which is the house of horrors for the Rangers. But we'll have to see what happens with that. But mainly, we'll see what happens tomorrow night at the Rock. Rangers have to come out and get that big win and then go back home with a raucous MSG crowd. It's going to be cheering them on. I will not be there, obviously. I'll be home because it's going to be raining cats and dogs. And, if I went to the bar, I have to, get there really early. And hopefully by the time I get out, it won't be a monsoon. So I'll probably be just staying home. Maybe have a couple friends over, and then we'll see what happens with that. But in any case, that's it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for Dynamite tonight. And we'll see what happens Friday night on an early edition of Rampage. And we got the WWE draft on SmackDown. Like I said, see who gets drafted to Raw and SmackDown, possibly NXT, and who can get called up from NXT. Could be Corey Jade, the Yes Boys, Ilya Dragunov, possibly. Maybe Grayson Waller. Could be anybody. And we'll see where Roman goes. Roman could go to Raw with the rest of the bloodline, be on Raw, and then we'll see the number 2 pick will probably be Bianca Belair, where she goes, probably be on Raw, I think. And then I think the number 3 pick will be Cody, and he'll probably go where Roman's going. Then again, who knows? So I think wherever Roman goes, probably Cody will follow him. But we'll have to see, because anything can happen in the WWE and on draft night. And then after the draft, there might be some trades. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But anyway, that's all I got to say for now. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your cookout. And if you're not down with that, well, that's just too goddamn bad, because I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. I will be back tomorrow night after the Ranger game with your Ring of Honor TV review for tomorrow night. Should be some good action. And then Friday night I will be live. Don't know when, because I might be doing some stuff Friday night, but we'll see. But I will be live Friday night for Rampage and SmackDown. Get all the craft situated and everything kind of leading up to what will happen on Monday. So we got all that. So stay tuned. Please hit that bell to get notified when those videos come up, so you don't miss anything. And if you do, well, that's just too bad for you. And that's it. All right. I'm going to bed now. Everybody, thanks for watching. And until next time, go fuck yourselves. Go Rangers. And go Mets. And Aaron Rodgers, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers met with the media today at the Jets facility. Oh, he looked like $1 million. It's going to be very exciting for the Jets this season, my friends. So I might be I might actually root more for the Jets this year than the Niners. I'll still be a Niners fan. Don't think I'm not going to root for the Niners, my Niners, you know. But I will still root for them, but I'm still a Jet fan at heart, but you know. So it's going to be a very interesting season for my 2 favorite NFL teams. Just have a great shot at the Super Bowl now with Rodgers. Definite playoff contention team. But we'll have to see what happens with that. And if Rodgers can be the second coming of Joe Willie Namath, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. But I think he's going to have to get through Josh Johnson. He definitely has to get past Mahomes. And then Burrows in Cincinnati. I think that's the main 4 guys he has to get through. I think he could, but if he stays healthy, that's the main point, and we'll have to see what happens with that. And the same thing happened in San Francisco with Trey Lance and Brock Purdy coming back. We don't know. I don't think he might. He's saying he might not, which sucks. So now we have to deal with Sam Darnold, and that's it. As the wrestling cat is trying to get my attention. What are you doing? Crazy cat. He's crazy. She's crazy. Zuzu. Zuzu, come here, baby. Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy. All right. Zuzu says hello in her own way. She loves you all. She will scratch your eyes out if you you don't, not down with her and not down with the prophecy and not down with Yamada and me. That's it. That's it. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, once again, go fuck yourselves and peace. Ha! Good night, everybody.